Welcome to the book club. As I discussed in my intro video, which you haven't seen it, I'd recommend you to go check it out. Just gives you a general idea of the directions I want to take the channel, what I'm hoping to do a little bit differently, as the name suggests, and I'm just going to briefly go over the things I talked about in more detail in my last video, but I'm hoping to build a nice little community here that feels more like a book club. It is maybe a little bit more engaging than just I read a book, I do a non-spoiler review on it, and then I read another book and I do another non-spoiler review on it. I'm hoping to go a little bit more in detail on my videos. Not that there is anything wrong with the non-spoiler reviews. They're videos I watch all the time, so I understand that content. It's just not necessarily the direction I'm hoping to take. I'm sure I'm going to do reviews that are non-spoiler at some point. Not necessarily non-spoiler reviews, but I'm just hoping to talk. I might not do spoilers, but I'm hoping to the direction I take is just a little bit more in-depth and engaging on the videos. So it feels more like a book club where we're coming together, reading the same books, and then moving on from there and engaging in the comments back and forth. So the videos are more of a discussion starter than just my thoughts on the book, and that's the end of it. But anyways, I discussed in that intro video, that was a long-winded start, but I discussed in that intro video that I was hoping to start Discworld soon, and that was likely going to be kind of my trial run on the direction or the read-alongs that I'm hoping to do on the channels before I get into some heavier stuff. So in the last week, I did pick up Small Gods, which is not the first book chronologically in Discworld, but I did a little poking around. I did a little research. It's a good standalone book. It sounds like it's one of the better books in Discworld, from what I can tell. A lot of people's favorite, it seems like. And it's standalone, so I figured it'd be a good place to start. So you guys, if you haven't read it already, I would recommend, not watching the rest of the video. Maybe go pick it up. It'll take a few days to read. It's only about 350 pages, and if you can see, the pages are pretty short, so it's not too time consuming. But it's exactly what I was hoping for. As you guys know, if you saw my other video, I am doing a Malazan read through. I'm currently on book 8, Toll of the Hounds. So I was hoping Discworld can kind of be my palate cleanser in between those books. Right now I'm doing Toll of Hounds mostly on audiobook. So when I'm physically reading with a book right in front of me, I'm doing more lighter stuff, smaller books, just so I love Malazan to death so far, but just so I don't burn out. And Small Gods was perfect for me. But before I get into the actual discussion on the book, I do just want to do a brief intro into kind of the Discworld series. It is something I'm new to. I've only read Small Gods so far. So I did a little poking around because I know by and large, when I did my research, everyone pretty much said don't start with The Color of Magic, which is the first one he wrote chronologically. A lot of people recommended doing what I did, which is just do Small Gods, because it's a really good look at the world, what it has to offer, and it's a standalone story, all encapsulated, and it's just a really fun book. So first things first, kind of to kick off the read-along, I know I'm a little bit ahead because I cheated and read one already, but I figured I'd go over this article by Priya Sridhar, which does a pretty good job, and I'm not going to go into depth on what exactly he or she said, but just go through it. It breaks it up, Discworld, into the series, so it makes it easy for me to go through as far as some starting points. So like I said, if you guys want to do the read-along, Small Gods was a great place to start. I loved it, and it's standalone, so it's not any sort of big undertaking by any means. Not that any of these books or series really are, or series within a series. So I would recommend, doing that, especially if you want to stay on the same pace as me and do the order I'm going to doing. Sorry about that. But by and large, it sounds like the consensus is there's two really, really good places to start. Two of the best series. The City Guard, I think it's called, series. And I guess we can confirm that by scrolling down here. But yeah, the City Watch books. So by and large, I think the consensus online is that this is probably the best. I don't know if you want to call it like a series within a series or the best series that takes place within Discworld. It seems to be most people's favorite. Obviously, people's tastes are different. So I thought about starting there after Small Gods, but I'm a big person. I love character work, and I heard I heard that death in this series, in Discworld, is one of the, not only the best depictions of death in the entire genre, but one of the best characters out there. So I went with, or I'm going to go with, the death book, starting with Mort. And I picked that up on Kindle. I don't have a physical copy because, unfortunately, my local bookstore did not have a copy of Mort. So I went ahead and picked that up on Kindle. But like I said, I'm just really, really excited and intrigued to get into it, because I can't wait for kind of the character study that is going to be those series. And now, the longer I go on in this video, I think I am going to shift gears a little bit and do just this as just an intro to Discworld, kind of a where to start, where to get your feet wet, and then maybe do a second video that I release in a couple days of my thoughts on Small Gods. So that way it gives you guys a few days to read that book if you haven't already, and then you can join the discussion rather than me putting out a video and then having you guys try and catch up. So I think that's what I'll do. But I'm excited to start the death books, just because from everything I've read, I've heard a little bit about the depiction of death and the direction Terry Pratchett takes it, and it sounds really, really fun and something I'm going to thoroughly enjoy. So that is probably going to be on the docket next, and you guys can follow around there. I'll probably just look to do maybe, it's Tuesday today, so maybe on Wednesday next week, do my review of Mort, kind of start off that discussion, and that way it gives you guys a week to read it, and then somewhere in between I'll do my, in the next few days or so, I'll go over and do a video on Small Gods and give my thoughts on that. So I think that's the direction we're going to take. And I'm probably just going to do, just read right through it, go from Mort, just the order they have it listed there, rather than try and bounce around, start the death books and then maybe go to City Guard. So that's what I think I'm going to do. That's the plan for now. I'm not promising that it won't change, but that's what I'm thinking for now. But as you can see, so the Rincewind books, I haven't heard many people suggest starting here. Everything online pretty much says don't do chronological, and The Color of Magic is actually the first book in publication date order. So there's that. I don't know too much because I haven't done a lot of research. I haven't done any research on what exactly is the Rincewind books and the narrative that follows. So I can't give you much details on that. Same thing goes for the Witches and is that Lonker books? I'm sure I'm butchering that, but you can correct me in the comments. So I can't give you much information on that other than pretty much what I've already said, is that people suggest, read Small Gods if you want to get a taste, a nice encapsulation of, nice sneak peek of, what Discworld has to offer, and a really, really fun, good read that's thoroughly enjoyable. So can't talk too much about this. And I already went over the City Watch trilogy, or the City Watch books, not a trilogy, which I'm really looking forward to get into, because I know it sounds like the narrative and the plot of those is probably the strongest of the Discworld books. But to me, books on death, especially the depiction he takes and how strong I've heard that character is, and how funny and almost lighthearted it is, and the praise I've heard about those books. I just couldn't pass it up. I'm a character focused reader, so that's where my attention was drawn, and that's where I'm going to start. And I expect to enjoy these. I don't know how much after I read the Death books. We might do another series in between, another little read along, just because they're so short. I can definitely fit other books into my reading list in between. I am a couple books into Dresden, so I might do a similar type video depending on where it falls, where we do a kickoff on Dresden and get you guys caught up to where I'm at, and then we can do a read along from there. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Discworld. I know this video is a little scattered. I kind of changed plans as I was talking through it more and more. But yeah, those are my major recommendations so far. I don't know, take it with a grain of salt because I haven't read, the only Discworld I've read is Small Gods. So it's probably better, it'd be better of someone that's more well-read in Discworld to let you know where to start. But those are my thoughts on it. I did a lot of research online, and those are the two main places I heard are the best places to start. So anyways, I hope you guys are excited for the read along, and I hope you're excited for the different style content on the channel. But if you're looking forward to it, let me know in the comments. If you've already read Discworld, let me know your thoughts. Obviously keep it spoiler free, but yeah, let me know what you're thinking. See you guys later.